The film begins in Washington, D.C., where a lonely woman named Sadie is on vacation from work. Sadie had recently suffered trauma at work and needed to take some time off. Her colleague had recently passed away. Dr. Yates, her therapist, suggests that she doesn't act irrationally. She suggests buying a houseplant so she doesn't feel too lonely. Sadie then drives off to a farmer's market to buy groceries. In the meantime, Cole, a romantically needy vendor, helps another vendor, Edna, watch her booth. Cole has recently ended a relationship with a lover because he was too needy. Edna believes he was dumped because he is needy. She then suggests that he should be less needy in a new relationship. Cole argues that he is not needy and ends the conversation. Some moments later, Cole sees Sadie shopping for houseplants and decides to help. Sadie wants to buy a begonia plant, and Cole is impressed. However, Cole explains that the plant requires a lot of attention so it doesn't die, and she decides against purchasing it since she's hardly ever home. Cole then recommends she purchase a snake plant, which she only needs to water once every 2 weeks. Sadie says she may be gone long and cannot buy the plant. She asks for something less needy, and Cole becomes curious and concerned. He asks why she wants a houseplant if she's hardly around to look after one. He then suggests getting a plastic plant since no neglect will kill them. Sadie becomes offended and insists on getting the begonia plant. Cole hesitates and tells her he cannot sell the plant to her in good conscience since he cannot guarantee that she will look after it. Edna soon returns and sells Sadie the plant anyway. Cole sarcastically then offers to give her a cactus plant since she will kill the begonia plant anyway. Sadie leaves, furious and embarrassed. When Sadie leaves, Edna says she hoped they would exchange numbers since they were attracted. Cole assumes she's only joking, but Edna insists that the sexual tension between them is off the charts. Cole then decides to run after her and apologize. He then asks her to go out with him, believing they are flirting underneath their argument. However, that is not the case, and Cole feels embarrassed. He apologizes again and leaves, but Sadie decides to accept his offer. They spend the rest of the day together. Sadie learns that Cole's passion is history and that he has never left the country. Cole also reveals he's writing a book, but it's on pause because he had to help his father with his farm after he sustained an injury. Cole bets he will win a race to the top of a long staircase. They race each other to the top, but Sadie wins. Sadie tells him she's an international art curator. They stop at a bar later, and Sadie sings karaoke. She enlists Cole to perform next, but he begs her to ask someone else because he's nervous. Sadie explains that she wished people were more like cactus plants and didn't always need nourishment. They share an enjoyable all-night date. By morning, they share a kiss before deciding to part ways. However, Cole hesitates but wants to avoid coming off as needy. Sadie also doesn't want to make sudden moves like Dr. Yates advised. Ultimately, they decide against saying goodbye, and Sadie invites him into her house, culminating in sex. Cole returns home and tells his family about Sadie. His sister, Maddie, thinks he will scare her off with his neediness, but he insists otherwise, believing that Sadie is perfect for him. She then discovers a picture of the two in bed together on Cole's phone and mocks him for it. Cole sends her numerous texts, but his texts to Sadie go unanswered as days pass. Cole becomes worried and nervous. When 2 days pass without a word from her, Cole remembers forgetting his inhaler with a tracker in her bag. The tracker reveals that Sadie is in London. Cole assumes she is too busy with work and hasn't had time to check his texts. His parents then convince him to surprise Sadie in London, believing it would be a grand romantic gesture to impress her. Cole agrees and decides to travel to London despite never leaving the country. In London, the taxi driver who drops Cole off is surprised that an international art curator doesn't have international calling plans. Odd, isn't it? When Cole arrives, he's ambushed by armed assailants and abducted to Pakistan. In Pakistan, Cole discovers he has been abducted by arms dealers led by Borisov, who believe him to be the legendary CIA operative called the Taxman. Cole explains that they are mistaken, but no one listens to him. Moments before he is tortured with insects to extract the passcode, he is rescued by Sadie. Cole is surprised to see her and even overwhelmed when he learns she's a CIA operative. She soon reveals herself to be the Taxman. Sadie shoots their way out of the facility, later revealed to be a cave in the Khyber Pass. Sadie steals a bus and drives through the pass, escaping Cole's captors in a violent, trigger-happy, old-fashioned vehicle chasing through the mountains. After a chase through the Khyber Pass, they escape Cole's captors, while Cole and Sadie walk to a nearby town. They argue over their lies to each other, and Sadie says she must return Cole to America and return to the mission. Furious about her lies, he agrees to leave. Cole's captors are revealed to work for Levesque, a disgraced French intelligence agent. Levesque is selling a stolen bioweapon called Aztec to a buyer named Utami and needs the passcode for the weapon. His goons believe Cole is the taxman, and Levesque places a bounty on his head to be brought alive so he can extract the passcode. Reaching a nearby town, Cole and Sadie meet Marco, her old contact and former lover. Cole is disappointed to learn that Sadie considers him a mistake and that she's not one to be committed to a relationship. Marco warns Cole that Sadie cares more about the success of a mission than her boyfriend's life and agrees to take him home. Sadie says goodbye to Cole and tells him never to contact her again. Cole agrees angrily. However, their plan is interrupted by a succession of bounty hunters. The grandson of Sam kills Marco, but the bounty hunters all kill each other. Cole and Sadie continue to argue while switching between bounty hunters. One of the bounty hunters, almost succeeds in abducting them, but he is also killed. Sadie intends to drop Cole at a safe house, where an extraction team will return him to America. However, when Cole reveals that Levek is seeking the passcode to Aztec, Sadie explains that the passcode was only known to Alina, her colleague who died at her hands since she worked for the enemy agency. Sadie is determined to recover the Aztecs using Cole as bait. She knocks him unconscious. Sadie then delivers Cole to Levek, disguised as a bounty hunter. Levek explains he was once loyal to the French government until he realized he was disposable and his sacrifice meant nothing. He believes the taxman will deflect Fu. He then orders his henchman, Wagner, to kill Sadie and leaves them on a plane containing the locked Aztec case. On the plane, their cover is blown when Wagner discovers the picture of the two in bed together on Cole's phone. A fight erupts on the plane, and Sadie is shot. Fearing she will die, she tells Cole to grab a parachute and leave with the Aztec case. However, Cole parachutes to safety with the Aztec case and a wounded Sadie. They land on Socotra Island, and he uses his agricultural knowledge to treat her, reconnecting with her. Sadie thanks him. While stranded on the island, Sadie sends a signal to the CIA, informing them of her location. The next morning, they are ambushed by Levek's men, and a beach fight ensues. Wagner escapes with the case while Cole and Sadie are rescued by U.S. Marines. At CIA headquarters, Sadie is suspended for losing Aztec and tries to apologize for putting Cole in danger, but he is hurt by her commitment to her mission above all else. Cole soon realizes that the passcode for the Aztec case is the DNA of a plant in Alina's apartment. He helps decipher the passcode and agrees to continue masquerading as the taxman to capture Levek. Despite Sadie's plea to return home, Sadie tells him they're using him, but Cole reminds her she used him too. She walks away, sad and hurt. In the meantime, Mr. Utami arrives to pick up the Aztec case and threatens to kill Levek if the taxman doesn't show up with the passcode. The following day, Levek meets Cole at a revolving restaurant Mr. Utami and has the agents monitoring Cole killed. One of the agents, Monty Jackson, warns Cole to abort the mission as he dies, but Cole believes Sadie will rescue him. He decides to stay. Cole becomes nervous and worried when Sadie doesn't show up. However, as things become heated between Cole and the arms dealers, Sadie arrives, restoring Cole's trust in her. She reveals she's the taxman and introduces Cole as her boyfriend. She then offers to sell the passcode to Mr. Utami for $10 million instead. She hands over the rest of the code. SPD Mr. Utami wires the money to her account. She immediately uses the money to place a bounty on Levek, and they are suddenly surrounded by bounty hunters. A gunfight erupts, damaging the revolving mechanism and spinning the restaurant at high speed. In the chaos, Levek shoots Utami, and Cole kills Wagner by throwing him into the mechanism. Levek pins Sadie down and attempts to convince her to pledge allegiance to him and betray her government. Sadie manages to send Levek crashing through a window to his death and narrowly saves the Aztec device. Rekindling their relationship, Sadie meets Cole's family. They have a family lunch, and Sadie says looking after Cole is worth it. 3 months later, they find time for each other between and during her missions. The film ends with the couple entering a restaurant on date night. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more like this content. Comment what you think I should recap next, and I'll see you in the next video.